All right, what's up, you guys? We got the faded Korean Zombie versus Dan One Punch Ige. And you know, Dan Ige, he's going to be the better fighter here all around. He's going to have the more power, the better volume, the better striking differential, the better takedown, and a 5-year youth advantage against a faded Korean Zombie who is overrated and has been KO'd 3 times. The only thing that the Korean Zombie is going to have on him is a 1-inch reach advantage. And who knows if that's even real. So I'm definitely going to go with Dan Ige, positive about this one, and lock it in. All right. In the next fight, we got Olynyk versus Sergey Spivak. And we see both of these guys fight quite a bit. And Olynyk is a old man at this point. He's been KO'd 9 times. That's right, 9 times. And he needs the sub. He needs it. That's all he's got. He's got a 2-inch reach advantage. But Sergey, the polar bear, is going to be 17 years younger and probably heavier once he gets in there. And Spivak is going to have the better volume here, the better striking differential, and possibly the takedown defense here, good enough to keep it from going to a submission. And Spivak has never been subbed either. So Olynyk is definitely going to try to hunt the sub, but I see Spivak TKOing the old man, but I'm going to say the polar bear wins it. In the next fight, we got the Dirty Bird Tim Means versus Danny Roberts. And initially, you know, before looking into this one, I was going to go with Danny Roberts. And now that I've looked at it a little bit, Tim Means is going to have the way better volume, the way better striking differential, the takedown and submission threat in this one, the 1-inch height advantage, 1-inch reach advantage, and that's a lot. You know, Tim Means isn't as washed as I thought he was. He looks kind of good lately. And that's that. Danny Roberts is going to have the 4-year youth advantage. He's been KO'd more than Tim Means, and he's KO'd less people than Tim Means has. And he's going to have the worst volume and the worst striking differential. So I'm going to go with the Dirty Bird Tim Means in this one. All right, in our next fight, we got Marlon Vera versus Davey Grant in a grudge match that has happened before. And it saw Davey Grant as the winner 5 years ago. You know, it was a close fight though, and Davey Grant was very cut up and he looked a little bit weak on the ground. And I think Marlon Vera has gotten good enough now recently to overcome this loss. He's got a 7-year youth advantage, Cheeto does, and a 1.5 reach advantage, as well as the sub advantage. He's a well-rounded killer. He's a submission master. He's lethal on the back, and he's got great kicks now. And, you know, Davey Grant, he loses via sub quite a bit. He's going to have the little bit worse volume here, but the better striking differential and the takedown. But I'm not sure he's going to want to take down Vera in this one. So I'm going to go with Marlon Vera winning the rematch on this one. All right, the next fight, we got Wellington Thurman versus Bruno Silva. And you guys know how I do it. No picture, no bet. You know what I'm saying? No pick most of the time. Wellington, he's pretty good. You know, his record is his record is pretty good, actually. He's a negative striker. He's got okay volume at 31.33 volume over his last 3. And he's going to have the 7-year youth advantage, as well as the takedown and submission threat in this one. And Bruno Silva, I'm not sure. He's not the Bruno Silva we know and love. So I'm just going to bet against him. I'm going to stick with what I do, and I'm going to pick Thurman. All right, the next fight, we got washed Matt Brown versus Diego, I'm not as good as my brother, Lima. And, you know, Lima's going to have the better volume here. He's going to be 8 years younger, a 2-inch height advantage, the better record, but he's terrible. He's terrible. He's not a good fighter. You know, he's got a negative striking differential, and he doesn't look like a fighter. 17-7, I think it's a little bit worse than that actually shows. Matt Brown, he's not good either. He would lose to just about anybody else not named Diego Lima in this one. You know, he's washed. He's going to have lower volume, allegedly, in this one. He's overrated, even though people know he's washed. He's overrated, okay? Is it him that they always say his elbows? Who cares? He's got a good differential at 1.02 striking differential, and he's going to have the takedown and submission in this one. So I'm going to give it to Matt Brown, and I'm going to fade the 8-year younger Diego Lima in this one. But I'm not confident in this fight at all. So I'm going to go with Matt Brown. Okay, in the prelims, we got Kanaku Murata probably said that wrong, versus Verna Jandiroba. And, you know, initially I was going to pick Jandiroba in this one, but I watched a little bit of tape. And, you know, the Japanese fighter, she looks pretty good. She always gets top position. She's looking to push to the fence and get it on the ground. She is kind of a dog. She's got a deep rear naked choke, but she has been subbed, and that's the one knock on her. She has been subbed. She doesn't have a great striking differential at 0, but she's got better volume than Jandiroba and a better differential, better accuracy, and a takedown threat. So in this fight, I'm going to have to go with the 6-year younger Murata, even though Jandiroba is going to have a 1-inch height advantage and a 2-inch reach advantage. But she only has a submission threat in this one. An iron chin, I don't think that's really going to help her when it comes to being taken down in a decision. And she does a lot of stupid shit, Jandiroba does. Okay? So let's go with the Japanese fighter in this one. All right, the next fight, we got Julian Rosa versus Chao Sheng Wu. And Julian Rosa, he's a bum, okay? The dude's been KO'd 4 times. He's got good cardio, can kind of wrestle, but gets tagged. And he loves eating knuckle sandwiches. He's got weak defense, a weak chin, gets phased by everything. Negative striking. He's going to have the worst volume. I'm still talking about a Rosa here. He's going to have the worst volume of the two. And he's going to have the takedown and submission threat. And that's his only chance in this one, as well as being a little bit taller. Now, Wu, he's going to have the 3-year youth advantage, the better volume, the better striking differential. He has a lot of pop in his shot. He's quick, and he's got sharp little strikes, but he's got low-level wrestling, and he's been subbed before. So this one screams pass, but I'm not going to pass on this one. I'm going to go with Wu, and I'm going to say a decision or knockout. All right, the next fight, we got Josh Parisian versus Rocky Martinez. And Rocky Martinez is terrible. He's a loser, seriously. He's obese, and he's got short combos when it comes close. And that's kind of his go-to, is the short combos. And he has knockout power. I mean, most heavyweights do, right? But he's a bum. He's such a bum. And I think this is a fight for Josh Parisian to win. Josh is going to be 4 years younger, 7 inches taller, have a weight advantage, a 7-inch reach, more volume, but he did lose to Porter, man. He lost to Porter, if you don't know who that is. But Josh has been KO'd less and KO'd more people, and he's got some nasty spins that you could see in the Dana White fights. So I'm going to go with Parisian in this one. It's kind of a simple, easy fight for me to pick. All right, the next fight, we got a lightweight fight. Joakim Silva versus Rick Glenn. And both these guys are okay. I'd say like C+, maybe B- level fighters. And Joakim, he's been KO'd recently. He's easily taken down and because he's weak at wrestling, but he's going to have the better striking differential here. The worst volume, a little bit of a weight advantage, and being a southpaw. Well, they both are southpaws actually. But Silva's going to have a slight weight advantage that he's used to. But Rick Glenn is going to have the 5-inch height advantage, a little bit of a reach advantage, the better volume, a great chin, steady pressure, and I think he's going to be able to manhandle Silva into a victory on this one. So I'm going to go with Rick Glenn. All right, in the next fight, we got Casey ONeill versus Laura Procopio. And, I think this one's kind of set up for Casey to win, but it could be a dogfight for real. Laura could make it a dogfight. Casey has a 2-year youth advantage, a 2-inch height advantage, and a 1.5 reach advantage. She's tough and a good wrestler. She's got forward pressure to smother on the ground. She's going to have the better volume and striking in this one, takedown and submission threat, ONeill is. So Laura is a bit amateur looking. She has had crazy volume, but normal volume as well. She gets tagged a lot, and she is good on someone's back. You know what I mean? But I think Casey is just the better, well-rounded fighter in this one, and she's way less amateurish than the other girl. So I'm going to go with Casey. Now, I don't know if the Semmelsberger versus Chaos Williams fight is happening, but I'm just going to go with my gut on this one, and I'm going to go with Chaos Williams. So good luck, and let's win some money.